Making your marriage a priority, dreaming together. Make your marriage a priority, dreaming together. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne. Well, I just got back from my 5-mile run, and I'm a sweaty, sweaty mess. So I'm a sweaty mess. But I did my 5-mile run at age 63. As y'all know, I do that every day pretty much. But I did miss it yesterday. My daughter is over here for the weekend. She lives about 4 miles down the road. She got her own first apartment. And so she comes over on the weekends, and we are cooking together. So she's making homemade noodles today here in the kitchen. So my kitchen is a little bit messy. And my son and I were doing our college work, so much college work, and a lot of it is online, so that we're very fortunate that we can do it online. Back in my day, we couldn't do it online. But then again, this is my day, and I'm living it, and so I do it online. Anyhow, I wanted to talk about marriages and how often after people get married, what they once made a priority relationship is no longer a priority. Everyone else becomes a priority in their life. And so they cease making their marriage a priority. And so I believe that number one, we have to make marriage a priority if we want a great marriage. Why do some people have great marriages and other people don't? It's because they make that relationship a priority in their life. They invest time and energy ongoing, not just in the beginning stages of it, but indefinitely, year in, year out. And they also dream together. And I believe that we can have small dreams that are separate from each other. Like, I'm an artist and I love to paint. My husband doesn't like to paint, and he's a golfer, and I'm not into golfing. So those dreams wrap around our marriage. They don't interfere in our marriage in any way. Now, if my art or his golfing interfered in our marriage, then we would need to sit down and either we would have to talk about it, because dreams are not meant to interfere in your marriage. They're meant to lift your marriage up. But in the bigger dreams, let's say that you have a dream that your wife or your husband does not have, and they don't particularly like that dream. It doesn't mean you have to abandon that dream, but you may need to modify it, refine it so that it fits into your marriage and wraps around your marriage, and your marriage is good with it. If it's opposed to your marriage, then that would not be a good thing. So dreams are meant to work together. But the best dreams are where we work together, where we have a dream together. And you sit down together, and the way you look at that dream and the way your partner looks at that dream may be really, really different. And yet you sit down and you merge together, you refine it, you develop it, you tweak it, you change it, so that you're both happy with that dream. And if it's dreams that are separate, like I said, then they need to be probably not your major dreams, because your major dreams need to be done together, I believe, for a successful marriage. But your more minor dreams can be done separately, but they need to fit within the boundaries and the guidelines of the marriage. And they do not take away from the marriage. If anything, they add to the marriage, even though they're done separately. So how my husband's golf and my painting help, or they add to each other, is I paint when my husband's golfing. So I'm doing what I love to do when he's out golfing. And when I'm doing what I love to do, he's out doing what he loves to do. Now, let's talk about a dream that would not be right. Let's say that I decided to buy a motorcycle. Now, can you imagine me on a motorcycle? Well, let's say I decide to buy a motorcycle, and I think that my husband doesn't want one. So I decided to buy this motorcycle, which could kind of fit into our marriage as long as I kept it within the guidelines, and the boundaries of whatever, worked in our marriage. But let's say that I decide to join a motorcycling biker group, and I would have to go. I would go away for a week or two at a time with this motorcycle biking group, and that would not fit in my marriage. The motorcycle might be a separate dream that could fit in my marriage as long as it stayed within the guidelines, but to join that motorcycle group, which would be the next step up from buying the motorcycle, would probably work against my marriage and sabotage my marriage. And so that wouldn't be a good thing. So if I'm going to buy a motorcycle, then we would have to talk about what the guidelines and what the rules and what the boundaries are with that motorcycle. How would I use it? Would I join the motorcycle group? No. I could buy the motorcycle and drive it around town. I cannot imagine me driving a motorcycle, okay? But nonetheless, it's a good example. And so I could still buy the motorcycle, drive it around town. It would fit within the guidelines of our marriage, but me joining the motorcycle group would not. So I would have to agree before I started that dream to what the boundaries and guidelines were so that they fit within my marriage. And so what about the big dreams that you want to dream together? Well, I believe that it's so important to dream together, to have dreams together, and to fit your dreams together. Your dream may look a little different than your spouse's dream, but you kind of just sit and you negotiate and you talk and you dream and you refine it and you tweak it so that it's perfect for both of you together. Dreams can really be one of the big priorities in your marriage, because when you have something to grow towards, when you have something to dream towards, when you have something to work together towards, that is often what is the glue to the marriage, and it helps add to the marriage in a most positive way. My husband and I are always working on projects together. We're always dreaming together. Yes, I have the separate things that I do, like my YouTube videos, and he has the separate things he does, like golfing. But we come together on our bigger dreams, and we come together to help each other and are supportive with each other's dreams. If doing my videos was an inconvenience to my marriage, then I would tweak them in such a way that it would no longer be an inconvenience. If his golfing was an inconvenience to our marriage, he would tweak it so that it no longer was an inconvenience, so that it fit within the guidelines. And yet our bigger dreams are dreams that we dream together and that we both have our own ideas about, and then we come to equal agreements on that dream, and then we begin to build it. Okay, so make your marriage a priority, and often by adding positive new dreams to your marriage that you both want to bring into the marriage can be one of the best things that you can do. From my house to yours, may God bless you, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.